What's up everyone, I'm Ashley and this is Ashley Talks Movies, and today I want to talk about Apple's recent foray into streaming with the launch of its Apple TV Plus service. Some original series have dropped and I watched one of them and I have some thoughts. I watched the first episode of what is considered the big new original series from Apple, The Morning Show, which stars Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, a bunch of other A-list actors in this show. And I have to say, I found the episode to be pretty boring. Yep. Wasn't good. Okay, so The Morning Show is essentially about this morning show. Get it? This morning show, the ratings aren't doing so well. Jennifer Aniston plays one of the co-hosts on the morning show, Alex, and at the beginning of the show, we find out that her co-host, played by Steve Carell, has been fired amid sexual misconduct allegations. So all of this is really timely because this all played out in real time, right, with the Today Show, Matt Lauer. And so the show's pulling a lot from that too. But at the same time, it doesn't really go anywhere with it. And again, my review on this show is strictly based on the first episode. I haven't watched any episodes beyond the first episode. Visually, the show is gorgeous to look at, right? It's got these sweeping aerial shots of New York City. All the scenes looked really crisp and polished. You've got the star power from, Aniston and Witherspoon. But the story, the plot, is just kind of all over the place. I think one of the biggest problems with this episode for me is that, well, one, tonally it's all over the place. I mean, I guess it's trying to be funny in some parts and it's trying to be dramatic and serious in others. But the way it transitions between those two things, the transitions don't work, and so it just all it falls kind of flat. The dialogue is really terrible. I mean, characters in this show say some really ridiculous lines, like really, really ridiculous lines, and I think I rolled my eyes I don't know how many times because the dialogue is so bad. Another thing too, the characters, I mean, again, you have Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, Billy Crudup, okay, they're in the show, and, they're great actors, but the characters they're playing are very one-dimensional. Reese Witherspoon's in this show too, and she plays this West Virginia reporter who, her whole storyline, I mean, bless Reese Witherspoon for, giving it what she gives in this show. But the storyline for her character is just beyond ridiculous. The circumstances in which she's brought in to the morning show is just absolutely 100% bonkers and ridiculous, and I couldn't even get past that part. I was just like, makes no sense. This is dumb. Aniston's really good here, but again, her character is just sort of falls flat. Crudup is the same thing. His character falls flat. He plays network executive over the news division at the network. Also, too, like the storyline, I just don't think they found their footing yet. And again, this is just the first episode, so maybe it gets better with subsequent episodes. I don't know. I'm not really interested in finding out because I was just bored throughout this whole thing. It's kind of tone deaf. It's trying so hard to be topical, which it is, given the subject matter of the sexual misconduct allegations of Steve Carell's character. But beyond that, it doesn't really have much to say on that or anything else. It tries to make these comments about journalism and the future of news and things like that, but I mean, they're just sort of one-off comments by various characters and they don't have any substance to them. It was just all very frustrating, and I was bored throughout pretty much the entire episode. The best way I could describe this show is, imagine if you have a cake, okay? A cake, it's beautifully decorated, it's gorgeous looking. You take a bite of it, and there's no flavor. It's just bland. That's the morning show. Okay? That's the morning show. At least for me. Like I said, I only watched the first episode. I hope it gets better. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch the second episode just to see. But right now, I'm not too particularly impressed by this, which gives me some concern because this is like the big show for Apple, right? This is the one that has the all-star cast. This is the one that they heavily promoted. Like I mentioned before, they just launched their streaming service. They have a couple of other original series out there, like C with Jason Momoa, and there's another show called For All Mankind, I think it's called. So yeah, I mean, Apple's betting big with this because soon they'll be, taking on Disney. Disney's getting ready to launch their streaming service in a few weeks. Apple's going to be directly competing with Netflix. So, they're spending a lot of money and they're making a big bet with this, but right now, I mean, if this is their big show, and this is the one that, the streaming service is kind of riding on, they have a lot to worry about because so far it's not good. Like I said, maybe it'll get better. I don't know. I hope it does. Because I feel like there's something really interesting here. Like, they could do a lot with this premise, but right now it's not being handled very well. And I was bored to tears. Like, really bored. Hit the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the morning show. Have you watched it? Have you not watched it? Are you excited about Apple's new streaming service? Are you not excited? Are you not going to subscribe to it? So yeah, just let me know in the comment section below. Please like and share this review. And don't forget to subscribe.